How did Colorforms, a toy concept so simple, capture the hearts and imagination of children everywhere, create a global brand that has stood strong for over 70 years, sell billions of unique vinyl pieces, and still remain popular with kids today? Licensing. When you think about it, Colorforms consist of just two basic components: colorful die-cut shapes and a play surface to stick them to. But when you combine that with hundreds of the most well-known characters ever created, you have a winning formula. Greetings everyone, I'm Scott Serkland, and on this channel we look back at some of our favorite products from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, figure out how they work, and recreate them, all while adding an unexpected twist. Whether that's turning Fun Dip into Sad Dip, creating an all-new Monster cereal mascot, or making bubblegum cards for some of the worst movies ever made, we aim to do something that's never been done before. But with so many Colorform sets out there, what could we possibly add to this classic line of products? Well, I'm going to attempt to create a Colorform set so earth-shatteringly epic that it will challenge everything you know about the brand. That's right, today I'm going to reform Colorforms. To the art lab, let's suit up. Here we are back in the art lab. As an illustrator, designer, cartoonist, and all-around mad maker, I've always been interested in telling stories. So it stands to reason that I would gravitate towards toys that would allow me to express my creativity and encourage my storytelling. Colorforms was one of those toys. It's no wonder Colorforms have stood the test of time. Of course, they have evolved to fit the taste of modern audiences. But like so many of the products that we feature on this channel that are still being made today, I'm interested in nostalgia and how they looked when I was growing up as a Gen Xer. So I'm on a mission to re-envision Colorforms in a way that's still entertaining enough to hold the short attention spans of today, yet capture the essence of what made Colorforms great in the first place. If given the task to design a Colorform set, and make no mistake, I am giving myself that task, I would want to create something on a massive scale. I want to be the Michael Bay of Colorforms. Disaster, destruction, epic battles, robots, aliens, explosions. And what better way to accomplish this than with a colossal clash between gargantuan kaiju and towering mechanized armored robots, with a major metropolitan city as the backdrop. Colorforms has attempted to do something similar a few times. Their Shogun Warrior set was alright. It had giant robots, but no one to fight, and the backdrop was a futuristic utopia. Their only Godzilla set was from the 90s American movie and contained no Godzilla Colorforms. Godzilla was relegated to a stationary background element. They came close in the 70s with the King Kong set, which was one of Colorform's best sets ever. But most of the action took place on Skull Island, and it just didn't convey the scale and devastation that I want to create. To set the stage, I want to inspire people with a legendary brawl between my two titans. This illustration will be front and center on the box art. While I'm creating this scene, I'm trying to get in the headspace of those early Colorform designers, and it's important to understand where this all began. Back in the day, an idea was born that would revolutionize playtime and spark the imagination of millions. It was the early 50s, the time when the toy industry was ripe with innovation. Enter Colorforms, the brainchild of two ingenious artists, Harry and Patricia Kislevitz. Armed with creativity and a love of vibrant colors, they embarked on a journey that would forever change the landscape of childhood entertainment. The magic began in 1951 when the Kislevitzes discovered the adhesive property of vinyl. They experimented with the material by cutting out colorful shapes and sticking them to bathroom tiles. To their delight, the pieces could be easily repositioned without losing their stickiness. This eureka moment led to the creation of the first Colorform set, a simple groundbreaking concept, a vinyl playboard accompanied by a set of vinyl pieces that can be arranged and rearranged endlessly. Contrary to popular belief, this wasn't a result of static electricity, but by the absence of air between the smooth surfaces of the vinyl pieces and the playboard, creating a vacuum and temporarily bonding the two pieces together. Colorforms debuted to an enthusiastic audience, and children and their parents were captivated. The sets weren't just toys, they were miniature stages for storytelling and canvases for budding artists. The 1960s and 70s saw the introduction of licensed characters, allowing kids to play with their favorite heroes and icons. Who couldn't resist the charm of Mickey Mouse, Popeye, or the Flintstones in their very own Colorform set? Around this time, we were introduced to the iconic Colorforms logo, which has remained mostly untouched to this day. However, we will be altering it a bit for our purposes. We've given our mascot a funny propeller hat and renamed our brand Color Friends. We'll add the Color Friends and Mecha vs. Kaiju logo to our box art design and bring in our cover illustration. I'm digging it. Subscribers to my mailing list will receive a free template so they can design their own Colorform sets. You can join on my website where you'll also receive the Comic Maker Starter Kit as a free gift. Every Colorform set needs a captivating backdrop to set your story. To help speed this process along, I'm using elements from the amazing comic book world builder available at Serkworks.com. The world builder is packed with digital assets you can use in your own creative projects. In addition to comic book page layouts, it also contains background elements, character poses, expressions, props, sound effects, fonts, word balloons, digital brushes, and more. Everything you need to set your scene and create spectacular stories. I'm using one of the perspective grids and a number of building facades which I can distort and skew in Photoshop and Illustrator to build my cityscape. You can see how this speeds up my process, allowing me to create backgrounds in a fraction of the time. And for a limited time, I'm offering the amazing comic book world builder for half off on my website. It's never been cheaper, and I don't know if I'll ever offer it at this price again. With the city laid out, I'll add a few shadows to give it depth. My idea for the background is that at first glance, it'll look just like an average everyday city, but I want to add a gatefold that, when opened, shows the devastation left in the wake of the battle. Many of the Colorforms backgrounds used a vibrant and stylized color scheme. I'll follow suit using bright pinks, purples, and yellows for the streets and buildings and tie it all together with a vivid orange skyline. I think I've captured the look of the vintage Colorform sets I grew up playing with. Now that the background's complete, I'll switch back to designing my vinyl clings, adding bold inks to my sketches. For my mechs, I was inspired by Egyptian sarcophaguses and Japanese samurai. I made sure to separate the head, torso, and limbs to allow for maximum posability. For the kaiju, I want to create a variety of heads, tails, horns, and wings so you can mix and match and build all manner of mega monstrosities. I'm using sound effects, props, smoke, and explosions that are included in the amazing comic book world builder as artwork for my vinyl sheets, in addition to my mechs and kaiju. These assets really help flesh out the look of this project. Early Colorform pieces had very limited color, usually 2 to 3 at the most, plus the color of the vinyl. I'm sticking to those restrictions. Select tiers on my Patreon will receive digital downloads and layered Photoshop files that I'm creating here, as well as files from all of my past projects. Join us today on Patreon. I think we've nailed the look and feel of Colorform's vinyl sheets. Now to get physical. We'll print out the various elements and begin assembling our project. With the backgrounds printed out, I'll begin cutting out the building shapes. I'll adhere my cut building shapes to poster board using spray mount, then score the gatefold and trim the outer edges of the buildings. I've created the base for the background that will prop it up when it's placed in the box. I'll mount the background to the base and fold back the flaps. Next, I'll print out the box art and cut out some chipboards similar to the back of this vintage Spider-Man Colorform set. I'll cut out the box art with an X-Acto knife and a metal ruler and carefully place it on the chipboard. Now it's just a matter of folding and gluing the box top together. I'll repeat this step for the bottom half of the box. Every Colorform set has a guide included in the box that gives examples of what you can create with your Colorforms and a little imagination. So of course, I've designed one to include in our set. I'm printing the vinyl sheets on white printable vinyl sticker paper. Next, I'll adhere the sticker paper to a sheet of clear vinyl clings that are typically used to place stickers on so they can be easily removed and reapplied to your car windshield. I'll leave affiliate links in the video description so you can find all of the tools and materials online. Once the sticker is placed on the cling, I'll cut out the shapes on my Cricut. Now to separate all of the little pieces. You can see on this vintage Colorform set that the vinyl pieces are positioned on the slick black coated cardboard with grooves to show where the pieces go. To mimic this, I'm using black premium vinyl for Cricut. I'll place it on a sheet of chipboard, then cut the grooves out on the Cricut. Now it's just a matter of taking all of my pieces and finding the correct place for them. This could take a while. With every element of the project complete, all we need to do now is assemble it. Once again, we've done it. We've taken a beloved classic from our past, authentically recreated it, yet at the same time created something uniquely our own. Let's have a closer look. You didn't think we created this thing just for looks, did you? Let's see it in action. Another retro reventification. The more of these projects we create, the more possibilities I see for what we could dream up next. And if you want to see what that's going to be, slap those like and subscribe buttons like you would a vinyl Colorforms piece on a playboard. Don't forget, if you want to see another totally awesome project take shape, you can click on this video right up here.
With Colorform's Incredible Hulk Adventure Set,
I'll be the Incredible Hulk.
you can pretend lots of things. Like the Hulk is battling his archenemy Rhino, or using his incredible strength against the Abomination. You can pretend lots of exciting adventures with your imagination and Colorform's Incredible Hulk.
It's Colorform's fun.